Welcome to game night tonight for another game unboxing of this game, Firefly, the game. Find a crew, find a job, keep flying. This game is awesome. So this game is based off of the show Firefly. If you've not seen it, you should check it out. It is a great TV show. Along with it, there is a movie called Serenity, which I always want to say Serendipity, but Serenity is the movie that's based off of this TV show as well. But this TV series came out like 80s, 90s, like 80s, I think late 80s, early 90s or something like that. But really, really good. I love the TV show. I've seen it all. I'm a big fan. I'm not a huge I wouldn't say I'm like huge nerd on it, but I still love the game, love the show, and I love this game. My buddy picked this up for me for a present. It was nice of him because he taught me how to play it. So you got your rule book. It's pretty extensive. There's a lot to it, but the reading, I mean, you just gotta sit down. Just take this into the bathroom when you need to, whatever. Just get your light reading on, but it's actually not as extensive as I thought. There are a lot of like individual little tiny tidbits here and there in the rules that you need to understand to be able to play the game and to play it correctly. But there's a lot to it, but again, a lot of fun. So it's only about 20 pages, well, 18, 19 with the back, but that's the credits and everything. So you got about 19 pages, so it's a fairly decent read. But here you go, you got all the different, like these are your disgruntled crew little signs or whatever, they're really sad and everything. But then you got your cargo, you're gonna have your fuel, you're gonna have the parts and stuff that you can sell along the way. They're always double-sided because you got cargo, and then on the backside you got some contraband here. But the fuel and the parts are always the same there, as well as the disgruntled. It's just the cargo turns into contraband depending on what you've picked up. So you got warrants issued on different crew members as you go. If you're familiar with the show, this is the pilot. Where is he at? Right here. This is the pilot in the show, and he always has a dinosaur when he's flying. So it's just to distinguish who's the first player and everything. So you got an alliance contract here. You got all the passengers, everything that you're going to be collecting, picking up. But on the back, you got the reaver contact. So you're always going to be escaping the reavers or the alliance, because you don't want to be caught with like contraband or fugitives here on the backside. And then this is the goals as you've done them. You either have the warrant issued or a goal complete. The board itself right here is very big. Takes up a lot of space, but it is very cool because it is the outer space that you will be flying through to go to the different locations based off of the TV show. So all these different planets, you got the white sun, the white sun system here, and then you got the individual planets in there, and they got Murphy over here, Georgia, just all the different places. There are expansions to this game which make the board even bigger, which is crazy, but again, it's all based off of the TV show, so they've gone through extensive kind of research on the show to get the things that you need. These are the goal cards of how you're going to be doing the different games. So you got like the standard setup here, and like you're gonna go through how it's gonna be set up, and then you can take it. Can't take the sky from me. Yeah, so these are the different ways that you're going to win, right? So this is your standard game setup, but then you have the first time in the captain's chair. You got the different goals that you got to achieve to actually win, and then you got this respectable persons of business, this scenario, and how you're going to be able to win and settle incomplete jobs, all that stuff. The king of all Londinium. You got the goals that you got to achieve to be able to win as well. So they have a handful of these different scenarios. So you got Harkin's Folly. You got the 3 goals that you got to achieve there. Desperados, and the different things you got to do to be able to win that scenario. And finally, Awfully Lonely in the Big Black. So all these are based off of different things in the TV show, as I said before. So it's kind of nice because like you're playing this game, right? This board game, but there's so much familiarity to it if you've seen the show, so it makes it a lot of fun. This is just the money. I can crack into it carefully here and show you, but ultimately the show is based on like this crew, this pilot here who gets a crew, and he has to do different jobs, trying to get different money, that kind of thing. And you're going to basically be doing the exact same thing. So you got 2,000 credits here. You got the 1,000 credits for there. You got the 500 credits here. And then I think it just goes straight to, yep, straight to 100 right there. But you're going to be just collecting money for different jobs you're going to be doing, going around collecting new crew members, different passengers, whether it be fugitives, just regular passengers. You're going to be collecting contraband, different things like that. I'm actually going to just set this money back in here, keep it safe there. Got 2 dice for the different things. If you're wondering what the ship is a 6. Yep. So ship is a 6 because it is the best burning whatever. So these are special die because they have that symbol of the ship, but that stands for a 6. Then you got all the different ships that you can be, because it is a 4-player game. Oh man, so this is fun because you do set up this ship. This is the Alliance ship here, and it has these different spikes that go on it, right? So these things like fit into the different things here, but it has little spires there, right? So you got the different ships there, and then you got a reaver ship. Always got a broken wing, whatever. These are the guys that basically torment everybody out in space, and they hunt down people and everything. But then you got the 4 different colored ships. This is the type of ship, the Firefly, that is in the actual show game. So these are they're pretty fragile. These things will fall off pretty easily, so you just got to try and be careful with this piece especially. But it's just the Alliance cruiser, and then you've got all of your different individual ships, different colors and everything. This is a 4-player game. It is lengthier, as you're probably figuring that out. Based on the scenario, it could go quick, it could go not so quick. But here you got the different player boards. You got the Bonanza, right? And then you're going to have your cargo hold. You're going to have your stash where you can put contraband and things like that. You're going to have your main drives to your engine, and then like upgrades to your engine. You can have a max crew of 6 over here, and then you're going to have active jobs. So jobs you're actually going to try and complete to achieve different goals, or just get the money you need to pay off your ship, basically. But just one-sided there. And then it tells you what drive core you have and everything like that. Series 3. Then you got the Firefly. That's why it's the Firefly, right? So it's the Firefly make and model. You got the Radeon Accelerator Mark 1, and then like how much it is going for. Everything is very consistent with the TV show, as I said, but this is the Bonnie May, and for the blue player. Same exact thing for everybody else along the outsides. How many crew you can have, how many upgrade slots you can have, and everything. The Serenity is the actual, like I said, it's the movie, so Serenity is the ship that he actually flies, the main captain here. So again, if you want to check out this show, it's worth a watch. It's really fun. But you got the Young Key, which is the last ship in our 4-player fleet here. Okay, so we're going to crack into the cards here. Now with these cards, as we saw on the not the player board, but the actual like board itself, the space, you're going to have different locations, different planets, and different places that have these, so these things that you can get, or jobs you can take, crew that you can recruit, that kind of thing. So I'm going to just separate these really quick before I start showing the cards, because there are different locations that have the different things in them. So say you go to the Osiris Shipworks on the map there, the star map. You make your way there, and you can get there, and then you can be drawing these different cards. These all have the same backing for that location, and you're going to be able to find different crew, right? You have Inara right there, and she's going to be like companion, how much she is to recruit, their special abilities, that kind of thing that will help you along. And it'll always tell you if it's a moral or immoral crew member, whatnot. But then you have like the Grifter here. She's deceptive, Yolanda. But you got the med staff. She's a medical, so she has a medical symbol that will help you with different jobs. She's moral as well. You got the med staff, another guy that will help you along your way. More med staff, but different pictures of people in the actual show, which is really fun. So more med staff there. You got an interrogator. All right. So he's good at linguistics, which is the language sign there. Then you got the fake ID. So you're going to have either crew that you can recruit, or you're going to have different items or upgrades, things like that, that you can attached to your ship or to your crew to help get through things. So you got a fake ID alliance identity card, right? Official looking vehicle, so you make your paint job look a little bit better. Bona fide credentials, right there. And then you got a security interface pad, so you got a hacking rid there. Simon's surgical kit, well, and the fully equipped med bay. So this is a ship upgrade. It'll always tell you what it is, right? So if it's an upgrade, it can actually be attached to your ship to help it. And you got another ship upgrade, fully equipped med bay, another one. So expanded crew quarters. You can fit more guys into your ship. Sometimes it's good to have a good solid crew or to, you know, work on upgrading your engine, that kind of thing. So ship upgrade, you can hold even more cargo than usual because cargo usually goes for a little bit more money and you have a lot of jobs that require that. So upgrading your cargo hold is always a good thing. Another ship upgrade, shiny new state-of-the-art compression coils. Nice. So this allows you to go different, a little bit further without breaking down, that kind of thing. So full tune-up and retrofit. So this is really like taking care of your car. You got to take care of your ship, make sure that it can go the distance that you want it to without breaking down. Drive core, the engine allows you to go further on spaces and everything, and it takes a little bit more fuel or less fuel depending on which kind of thing you get. So a modified Radion Accelerator Mark II. The hyper-efficient Radion Accelerator Mark III. So it says no fuel required to initiate a full burn. So to go the full distance of 4, you don't have to even spend fuel. Other engines require you to have fuel all the time. This one is really good. But the drive core, again, enhanced graviton accelerator. So you got, all these are going to be found at just this one location. So that's just for the Osiris shipworks, right? Now we're moving on to the silver hold. So silver hold, you can kind of tell it's going to be munitions. You're going to find a lot more guys that are worth the fighting. So like these guys are good at being soldiers or henchmen in this case. So it's a henchman number 2. These guys are all soldiers though. You got a firebug. His name is Skunk. You got Zoe here. She has 2. So it's like, it's good to recruit certain crew members, but you don't get to go through the whole pile. You only get to go through 3 cards at a time when you're going to a different location. You got Jane. You got Saffron. She's good at linguistics as well as medical. And then you got Stitch here. Dora Lee. And some of them are a lot more expensive, and based on like their price, you actually have to pay them whenever you do different jobs. So they're part of your crew, but you still have to pay your crew. Otherwise, they get disgruntled and don't want to work for you anymore. The Patron, Stark. The Hill Folk. You got more Hill Folk. And then moving on to our different weapons that you're going to find, right? You're going to have a knife. You're going to get some fast horses, right? You got a pistol, of course. Need some pistols in our lives. Glucklick Ja 642X, right? Sniper rifle here. It's another one right there. And the explosive charge. So if you're looking to start a fight with either the reavers or, you know, whoever else you encounter along the way, it's good to come to the Silverhold. GJ Flash Kill Pod Grenades. Nice. And you got the Burgess's Laser, Burgess's Hovering Badass Space Jeep, and Vera. Sniper rifle again. So again, Silverhold, you're going to be finding the munitions people, a lot more fighting ability there. So if you want a crew that does good at fighting, go to Silverhold. Then you move on to the Space Bazaar out there. Your trip starts here. All right, this is where we're going to find Wash. Wash is the pilot that I was talking about, the main pilot there. You got Tracy. And some of them will have a variety of different things that they're good at, things that will help. You got Helen, the gun hand, because you're going to be encountering a lot of different jobs that you need certain symbols for. You need guys that can fight better, guys that can do medical stitch up, linguistics, that kind of thing. You got a gun hand there, another gun hand, an enforcer, so he's intimidating. All right, an enforcer. You got Jesse. You got a scrapper here, another scrapper, dirty leech. Scrapper, another dirty leech. And some of the crew that you bring on can actually be wanted criminals, basically, and that makes it harder because if you run in with the Alliance ship out there in space, then they can actually search your crew and arrest them and take them away from you. So here we go, hastily forged documents. So things that will help you along the way. Improvised hacking rig. bona fide credentials. Some of the similar stuff you'll see in other places, but not as many. So knife, you got some more explosive charges. So you'll find all these things at each location, essentially. You got pistol, four-wheel drive mule, some more transport stuff, the shiny necktie. All right, Jane's cunning hat. Love that hat, so good. Ship upgrade, you're going to have Crybaby. So this allows you to, wow, move the, well, okay, cool. When the sector Alliance crew discard to ignore Alliance cruiser effects, which the Alliance cruiser are the ones that they check your whole entire ship, so it's not fun to have. Security interface pad, so another hacking rig. So all those things, again, it's going to be shuffled up. You don't know what you're going to be getting, but you're going to be going to different locations to find items or crew to help you along your way. Moving on to Persephone, the gateway to the rim. You're going to find Simon Tam. So if you've played this game enough, you can actually know exactly where everybody is, and then you just go to those locations, get the best crew, and then try and do the scenarios and win the game. But if you don't know the game well enough and haven't played enough, it's all just kind of a gamble going to different places. But you have River Tam, and you got the Shepherd book. You got Billy, good medic. Emma, she's good at linguistics. You got Bree, good at being a medic or like an engineer, I guess. Enforcer. Another gun hand. Here we go. More gun hands. So again, you're going to find the same stuff at each location. Very similar, but just different artwork, a different picture from the show. Another scrapper. Low life vulture, right? Another mechanic here, scrapper. And moving on to hastily forged documents. You're going to find those again at each place. Improvised hacking rig. You got a bona fide credentials. You got a knife. You got an explosive charge. Four-wheel drive mule. A couple of those. A very fine hat. Fancy duds. Kaylee's fluffy pink dress. Oh, we love Kaylee. You got the ship upgrade. The Crybaby and another Crybaby, right? And a hacking rig security interface hat. Okay, that's for the Persephone. We're moving on to Regina here. All right, Regina, you got the two fry. You got Kaylee. There's where you're going to find Kaylee. She's a really good mechanic. You got Bridget. You got Bester. Crow. Good fighter right there. Lund. Another soldier. The Grange brothers. They're mercenaries there. You got Lucy, another gun hand. So these guys are a little bit cheaper to take on with you, but they're not as effective as other guys. So you're going to get some fast horses here at Regina. Couple of those. Another pistol, couple of those. Another sniper rifle. That thing. Kaylee's reprogrammer, so you got a really good hacking rig. You got Crow's knife. Another Crybaby ship upgrade. Onboard chop shop, which is nice to salvage more stuff. Get some more monies. You got a skyhook. Another skyhook. More stash. So instead of it just being a cargo hold, you have a extended stash to hold more stuff. Because the stash usually doesn't get checked depending on what encounter you have. And an overcharged grab thruster. All right. And that is for the first set of locations there. Moving on to the next here. We've got some good stuff. Yeah, this game is a lot of fun, and I honestly just want to go back and watch the movie again because it is so good. These ones, again, are going to be based on the people that you're going to be doing jobs for. So you have various people in space that you're going to be encountering and that are at different locations. You have to go to specific locations to encounter them and find them, and then take on jobs, choose which jobs you're going to be taking, and then move on from there. And that is how you actually achieve the different, basically receive the different money you need. Like from Amandul, you're going to encounter him a lot to get different contraband or cargo sold to him, and then he's at the Red Sun. That is his location. So he's at the Space Bazaar at the Red Sun. So here on the back so on the front, it's always going to be pretty much the exact same. It says the 500 and 600. So if you're good with Amandul, he will pay that much for each of those things. So if you have regular cargo, he will pay you $600 if you sell it to him, $500 if you have contraband. So it's good there because if you are good with him and have done a job for him, he will allow you to to sell that stuff to him to get some quick cash. But on the flip side, he has all of his different jobs he has for you, which you can take along. So here you got like, it's a special, it's illegal, so it's all good, right? You need 2 medics and a firearm to be able to do that. And then it tells you what's going to happen, where you have to pick it up, and then where you're going to be dropping it off. So usually it's picking up passengers or different cargo or contraband, right? So we're going to go along here like this. Just different jobs, different needs, different payouts, right? So it's like a special payout. I'm not entirely sure. I never really encountered that the last time I played, so I don't know exactly what that means. But they do pay out different amounts based on how much you have to get. Like this is a 1900. Oh man, but it's a heavy load, so you have to spend more fuel. So depending on what you do, what engine you actually have, it could be beneficial to take that job or not. Ooh, a 2200, but again, another heavy load. And you probably have to go a little bit further. You have to pick up more cargo. And again, if you get cargo taken away from you because of the Alliance or from the reavers, you are in trouble. So you want to try and do these jobs, but you got to fight off those reavers, avoid the Alliance, and do all the things. So some of these guys will give you jobs based on morality or not. Amandul, I believe, is, for the most part, he is legal. He does have some illegal, because all of those were legal jobs. This is illegal. They do pay higher, yes, but they are trickier, and you have to do different things that could get you caught or losing some money. But look at that, $2,500 for that job. It's all good, but again, you have to look at what crew you have, what you need. Are you able to get the things that you need? Do you have enough space on your ship? Because you have to carry spare parts in case of breakdowns. You have to carry fuel for all movement, that kind of thing. So what job do you want to do? What are you going to take? Another legal job. Here we go. You got even more legal, legal, and legal. But that's all just from one guy, right? That's all from Amandul. Right? So you got him right there. You got Niska, and Niska's over at Ezra in the Georgia sector, right? So he'll pay you even more for contraband. So he's a little bit riskier because he does more illegal activity, right? So all of his different things, he's got illegal, but he pays big payouts. But again, all illegal and immoral, right? So if you do these jobs, you're running a high risk of getting caught, but is it worth the payout to you? It's up to you to decide. But he's like Narcotics Express. You're doing a pirated tech delivery. From great need springs great profit. Like, what's yours is mine. Like all sorts of different things. A lot of these phrases and jobs are actually jobs from the show again. So honestly, if you pick up this game and you play this game and it looks interesting to you and you haven't seen the show, please go see the show because it is really good. Really fun show. All right, moving on. He's just got some big payouts, but again, all of them are illegal. I don't think he does a single legal thing. He does legal, illegal, and immoral things all over the place. So that makes it exciting. I mean, $6,000 payout. They're like huge money you can get from these jobs instead of just the 1,900 or 1,500 from others. But again, with great risk comes great reward, as always. But your needs are going to change, and you have to misbehave, which means that you could lose crew, different things that are going to happen along the way. So a lot of fun in that regard. Just so many different jobs, right? But man, these payouts are always, they're so enticing. They are enticing. And this is like the one time where you can like legally just do some illegal stuff because, you know, it's just a game. You can do whatever you want. But there is Niska right there for his location. And you got Patience over here. Good old Patience. She's kind of like an Amandul. She pays, you know, 600 for Contra, 500 for cargo. And she is in Athens in the Georgia sector as well. All right, she's feed for the herds, right? So she wants you to feed a lot, feed for the herds. You got a dung run. So she's really all about the horses, right? Big black cattle drive. You're just helping her out, doing some work around the ranch, basically. And it's all legal activities here, but she does pay out a little bit based on what you've done. ranch hand recruitment. You got to rob the Alliance, pay train. That's illegal, obviously, and you need explosives and a couple of guns, but a higher payout, which is nice. Some more illegal stuff. Um, Moving on, man, bank hold up. So she's just an outlaw, straight up, and she will have you doing illegal and immoral stuff and going along from there. But it is so fun, this game. Just going through all these makes me want to play it again. But so many more illegal things. This lady, I never really worked with her much the last time I played, so it's kind of fun to see all these different things. But big payouts, the more illegal this stuff is, and the bigger the reward, obviously, because you're doing some risky behavior. And there we go for her. Patience. We love her. She's an outlaw, but we love her. All right, we're going to move on to Badger, who's in Persephone at the Lux, right? He'll pay pretty high for Contra, so he's going to be a little bit more illegal, as you can already tell. So moving here, he does have some legal stuff. Always bilking the yokels. Well, bilking the yokels. Interesting. So playing the middleman, right? You're going to be keeping your noses clean, on the up and up. I swear, hard goods for hard times. You got making the love connection, sorry, breaking into new markets, and onto the illegal stuff. Sowing chaos. You're going to be pushing drops, slave wrangling. You're going to send them to the rotten mines. Time for a fancy shindig. Try one of the border planets. Nice. All right. Hump 'em, let 'em twist. The Alliance payroll caper. Offload the mother load. Raising funds at the fundraiser. It's interesting to be able to even collect the funds. You have to misbehave, which again that can require you to lose crew, get disgruntled crew, pay fines, different things like that. It just depends on what comes up in those cards. But again, huge payouts, but crack the safe to get paid. You got to do it. So it's like, do you run the risk? Do you do it? Or do you just play it safe and get the little money? So the hospital job, diamonds the size of testicles. Badger's 11 casino caper. Takes my breath away. Losing patience with patience. Poking holes in Niska's plans. And procure the postman's parcel. So tons of jobs there from Badger here. A little bit more illegal, but he does have some legal stuff there. And then on to Harkin. Harker is he's on the command cruiser, and he stays in the White Sun district. So in the White Sun universe, whatever, where galaxy. There we go. But he'll pay you $100 for fuel if you're on his good side. So you have to go to his cruiser to do it, but he does allow you to, if you're good with him, he allows you to get away with certain things. So his are all going to be legal, but he's got medical emergency transport, vacationers to Pelorum, so you get to help him take different people, laborer transport, university student transport, so taking different passengers, different places, settlers to Regina, settlers to New Melbourne, forced settler relocation, forced settler relocation again, forced settler relocation, forced settler relocation. So these guys are trying to clean up the universe. They're trying to be the good guys in the universe, but sometimes they get in your way a little bit. So the vital supplies, Carry, vital supplies, Jubilee, vital supplies, cargo delivery, Osiris, the cargo delivery, Shinon, the fuel run to Boris, the fuel run to Silverhold, the space grab hauling, Space Bazaar. Honestly, he does not pay very much, but it is all legal stuff, so it's easy to do. But yeah, it's still not great. So scrap hauling to Rezer, relief supplies to New Hope, relief supplies to St. Albans, cargo delivery to Ariel, cargo delivery to Albion, cargo delivery to Valentine, equipment delivery to Bellerophon, yeah, and then equipment delivery to Persephone. So he does take you to different places in the universe or into the galaxy or whatever, but he doesn't pay very well, as I said. He does, however, the benefits is he does buy your fuel from you, as well as when you're good with him, he kind of helps you through the law a little bit better. Like when you have a run-in with him, it's not as severe for the most part. But, all right, moving on to, you can't take the sky from me. We're still got some of these ones, right? So we got the drive core. You got another drive core radio and accelerator Mark 1, Mark 1, Mark 1. So these are the captains here, the pilots that you can choose from at the beginning of the game, right? So you got Malcolm, who's the main pilot here of the whole entire show. You got Burgess or Burgess. You got Corbin. You got Marco. He's a gun runner. Monty. You got Nandy. And you got Womack. And they are distinguished because they do have the green borders. Those are the guys you could choose from to be the pilots for the game. And these are the actual warp cores that you start with, the Radion Accelerator Mark 1. So it can go up to 5 spaces at a time, but it does take 1 fuel to initiate that full burn to do that. Now, moving on to these things right here, we've got... This is the Alliance space. So as you're moving through the Alliance space, there's 2 sectors. There's the Alliance space, which is in the middle of the board, and then there's the Reaver territory, which is on the outer rim. Anytime you move in the Alliance space, you're going to be flipping over cards in the game, and it'll just tell you what you can do. So like you can keep on flying. There's tons of keep on flying. So it means that nothing happens. You just get away with it. You keep flying through the space until we hit one of the things. So we have a cruiser patrol. So the player to the right gets to move the cruiser, right, closer to you or closer to another player, so they can move these whenever those are encountered. And then you have different entanglements with the Alliance, right? So we're gonna have what's gonna happen. Like, you have 2 options. You get to choose what happens. Sometimes it's like keep flying. Sometimes it's you get checked. Different things like that. So you got a family dinner, so you can spend 1 cargo, remove disgruntled from all crew, and keep flying, or you just keep flying, right? So you always have a choice on these ones, option 1 and option 2. So you're going to be choosing from for your distress signal there, what the choices are. You got the abandoned ship, so you can get some more cargo or contraband, depending on what it is. Minor technical difficulty. You got that. If in the coil busts, we're drifting. What's going on in the engine room? Custom inspections. Those ones are not fun. Custom inspections. And then this is the big one, the Alliance cruiser. So you can't run. They're pulling us in, right? So this is when you reshuffle this deck so that it gets drawn more as people move. But the Alliance cruiser, when it stops you, if you have contraband and anything like that, you are in a world of hurt because they take everything from you. They take illegal crew, fugitives, things like that from you. So it's not a lot of fun. Then on the flip side, when you're in the border space, which is Reaver territory, essentially, you're going to be flipping over these cards. So you're going to have a lot of keep flying again. So you're going to fly through space. You're going to be flying through space until you encounter some different things. Here we go. So you got the Reavers on the hunt. So the Reavers are going to start moving towards you, right? Or other people will be moving the Reavers towards other players. But all that's going to happen through there. So the Reavers are going to be moving closer to different players. And then we're going to move on to the things you encounter. You got the Scrapper ambush. So sometimes you have to take them head on or you slip the net. So always 2 options. You choose what you want to do if you have the guys to do it. But the Reavers are a little bit more dangerous than the Alliance cruiser. You have a family dinner. You have a rogue trader. Nav hazard asteroid. Nav hazard debris field. So some of these will like make you or force you to stop movement, so it strands you out in the middle of space, that kind of thing. And others, nothing really happens. So derelict ship, you can get more cargo. Another derelict ship, a ghost ship, so you can keep flying, or you go in and get some money and everything like that. So ship graveyard. Punctured fuel lines, those are great. What's that noise? The Rutten drive core's blown. And then we got 2 more here. You got the Reaver bait, and then the last one is the Reaver cutter. So this is where they encounter you. and this is where you're going to reshuffle the deck, but this is where they're going to basically board your ship and everything's going to happen. Bad stuff. You're going to spend 1 fuel. It requires a pilot and a mechanic to do option 2, but you spend 1 fuel and you get away from them. But if not, they're going to kill all passengers and fugitives. And then you have to roll the dice based on how many guns you have, and they'll kill your crew. It's bad. It's bad. The reavers are no good. You don't want to encounter them as much as you can. And the last thing that I've brought up multiple times is aim to misbehave. So these are the aim to misbehave cards. All these are going to be requiring like different things. So based on how many symbols of like linguistics or the mechanic symbols that you have to do these things. So if you have a fake ID, you can proceed. So you just like skip that card. But basically it's like the thing's going to happen. You could lose people, you could have things go wrong. It's just bad. So you got denied docking rights on this one. You got we need a distraction. Again, it says companion. If you have it, you proceed. So it'll tell you what you could, how you can proceed down here. If not, if it doesn't say there, then it's basically you have to do those things regardless. You got an ambush happening, old-fashioned shootout. You got a formal affair, locals in need, a knife fight, a vote of no confidence, a rival crew, an interesting day, old vendetta, kidnapped by hillfolk, a little job on the side, an unexpected opportunity, gunplay. And it does have the 2 options, so like you can do both. Well, like you can choose which of the 2 that you want to do. Like in this instance, like you either go and fight or you crawl away like a bitty little bug, and it says disgruntle all crew and attempt botched. So basically you can't move forward, whatever. It's not fun. So another gunplay. It takes a woman's touch. It was the best day ever. Everything that's not mailed down, mailed down. Everything that's not mailed down. Keep a low profile. Keep a low profile. A bit of local color. Another bit of local color. Let's go to the crappy town where I'm a hero. Backwater deputies. The local law. The local law. The sheriff's justice. Alliance patrol. Alliance patrol. Alliance patrol. Kill the alarm. Kill the alarm. Tight security. You have a couple of those. State-of-the-art security system. Time for some thrilling heroics. Reaver raid and Alliance operatives. So this is when you reshuffle this deck, is when this one comes up, no matter what. But again, you can proceed if you have River Tam. Otherwise, you have to do one of the 2 options. But that's aiming to misbehave. So that's really all the cards that come in this. A lot of, like I said before, a lot of what's going to be happening in this game is taking jobs, going to different places, getting crew, getting items, getting ship upgrades, that kind of thing. And then when you do that, you are able to go about and hopefully pay off your ship or whatever scenario you are doing. And you got all the punch outs and everything to go through space with our rule book here. And that is everything that is included in this awesome game, Firefly, the game. I really love this game. It's so much fun. Again, TV show is wonderful as well. So if this looks interesting to you, then check out the game, check out the show. But if you've seen the show, for sure pick up this game. It will be a lot of like kind of nostalgic, just it goes hand in hand with the TV show. So it makes it a lot of fun. But if you like the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for future notifications on the videos that will be coming out. But keep an eye out for those. We do have a gameplay through for this one, so you go ahead and check that out in the top right corner here. But keep an eye out for all future videos, more game playthroughs, more game unboxings, and we will catch you then next time on Game Night Tonight.